Hello, Julie here and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am making the first of my Christmas cards for this year and I'm using products from Denise Boddey Designs. Links to all of the products will be in the description box if you're interested in looking at any of them. Okay, so I am making a fun fold card today. And I have cut a piece of 300 GSM cardstock that is 9 1/4 inches wide and 5 1/4 inches deep. I have also cut 3 pieces of the same cardstock 9 1/4 by 1.5 inches. Now I'm using plain cardstock, so it doesn't matter to me which way I'm going to score these, but if you're using pattern paper or pattern cardstock you'll need to, I'll tell you that when we get there. Alright, so I'll start with the first one. This 9 1/4 by 5 1/4, we're going to score that at 2 inches and 4 inches. Okay, so these also get scored at 2 inches and 4 inches, but as I said before, if you're using a pattern paper that's directional, you'll need to score from this end 2 inches in and 4 inches in. So that'll be 9 1/4, that's 1 inch, 2 inches, so 7 1/4, 1 inch, 2 inches, 5 1/4. Okay, but because my cardstock is plain, I can do it from this end. As I said, I'll do it from that end once again. So you have to come from the right hand edge and you're going to go 7 1/4 and 5 1/4. So every 2 inches, well, just the first 2 inches. Okay, so that's the base of our card. Now I'm going to fold these. So the first fold, we fold in towards the other end of the card, and I'm going to burnish that down with my bone folder, and then this edge we're going to fold back on that 2 inch score and make sure we got that nicely lined up, and then burnish that down as well. So we've got like a Z fold. Okay. Right, now these pieces, now these are all the same. And we're going to start with our folding edge on the right. And we're going to fold first one into a valley. Make sure we get them lined up nicely, burnish that, and then fold that into itself like so, making sure that we get them nicely lined up so they are nice and straight. Okay, so we've got that. We're going to do the same for the others. Now, here we go. So this one goes fold that way and then that way, making sure that we've got them nicely lined up top and bottom. And again, so mountain, valley, line them up. Like so. Okay, now the next thing that we need to do is, so they're going to go that way, so now we need to use some pattern paper to cover our bits and pieces. So first of all I'm going to cover this part of the card. So I'm going to go and select some pattern paper, and when I do that I'll be right back. Okay, so I have cut another piece of white cardstock, and this piece is 3.5 inches by 4 3/8. So that is my collection of white cardstock. I have also cut all of my mats and my pattern paper. Now I'm going to insert a photo here, and that will be a cutting list, and it will show you exactly what sizes I've cut what papers to and where I've scored these. So you can freeze the video and take a screenshot if you want the measurements. I have got this much pattern paper left from one 12 by 12 sheet, and I've got this much gold pearlized card left from 2 A4 sheets. So that's what you'll need to make the card. And what did I use for this? I think I used 2 sheets of A4 300 GSM cardstock for my base. I have got some left, but you'll need 2 full sheets if you're going to cut these pieces. So now what I'm going to do is just assemble all of these pieces, and I've cut them so that I've just got a fine gold border around them, and I'm going to attach them using my art glitter glue. I usually use double-sided tape for cards, but I've lost faith in double-sided tape these days. I mean, even though I buy the good brands, supposedly, of double-sided tape, some of my scrapbooking pages from years ago are coming apart. So, and while you probably don't need to keep a card for a long time, I do like to at least try to make sure that if somebody does want to keep their card for 20 years or whatever, they can. So that's why I'm going with the art glitter glue now. So you can see I'm just attaching them so that they've just got that fine border all around. So they've only got like a 1/16 of an inch. So I hope everybody's well. This is going to be my last video for a while. I'm going on holidays for 3 weeks, and I won't have internet while I'm away, so there won't be any videos. But there's plenty of old videos for you to watch if you want to watch something. And of course there's always other people's videos. There's so many people out there making card making videos, or junk journaling videos, or scrapbooking videos. So there's plenty out there to watch, but my next one won't be until the middle of October. So yeah. So I'm going away for 3 weeks. I'm going over to London for a few days, and then I'm getting on a cruise and cruising around the coast of Spain. So that's exciting. I'm looking forward to it. We're calling in at Casablanca, so they've just had an earthquake over that way, so I'm hoping that things have settled down a little by the time we get there. So the papers I'm using are from Denise Boddey, Denise Boddey Designs. She has some beautiful papers, and they're on good quality cardstock. They're not like that. They are cardstock. They're not a flimsy paper. So they hold their shape, and they're just lovely to work with. And they're all double-sided. So you get double value for your money. You get the choice. If you're not that keen on one side, you can use the other. And I can't remember what range this is from, but I'll have a look. Let's see. This is the sheet of paper that I'm using. I happen to have 2 of them, and it's from the Elegance collection. It's called Refined. I'll put links in the description box to all of the things that I'm using. Although this gold cardstock, I just bought that at my local cheap shop. That is this one here. It's A4 pearlised card. And it's just a pack of gold pearlised cardstock, which is great for, you know, using for your mats and things like that. So I haven't got a link for that, but you'll find that at your... It's actually cheap as chips I bought that at. When I put the... well, in the picture that you would have seen by now, you'll see that I've also put the scoring for these pieces, the actual card base. You can make the card base from patterned cardstock if you wish, but I've chosen to go with just the plain cardstock. Now, there's some of these that need to be, well, I might attach them all to the card panels before I start assembling the card. Now this one and this one I did cut before I changed my mind about the matting thickness, so these are a little bit smaller than I would normally make them, but the measurements that I've given you on that screenshot is the actual measurements that you would want to make yours. Okay, so we cover those two. Then we cover these. I might just ink around these. So I'm just using a Versacolour black ink cube to do that. I have already off screen inked around all of my matting layers and my pattern paper using this same ink cube. If you watch any of my videos, you'll know that I'm a big fan of inking, and it doesn't really matter what I'm making, whether it's a scrapbooking layout, a junk journal or a card, I will generally ink everything. So I saw this card on Facebook, and it was made by a person called Carol's Jill. Now I'm not sure how that works, whether it's Carol Gill or Carol's Jill or what exactly, but I will put a link in the description box below to the card that I saw on Facebook, so that you can have a look at that as well if you want to. Okay, so now we're going to position these on here. So there's a lot of cutting in this project, and that is mostly why I did it off screen, because, you know, if you're sitting there watching me cut up paper and cardstock, it's not much fun. So yeah, I thought it would be much better to cut it all up and give you a list of the measurements that way. You know, if you're interested in doing that, it's all there in black and white, and you can freeze the video, do a screenshot, print it out, and you're all set to go. But it's really, I mean, it's a different fold of card, so we're going to try and put something with a bit of pattern on that first section, although I haven't on that one, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, now we're going to assemble our card. Now to do that, we need to attach that to that at the very top, and then that one to there at the very top. Okay, so I'm going to add some glue here and here and attach that first. So making sure that we've got that lined up perfectly. And use a bone folder and burnish that down. Right, now we're going to put glue on the back of this section. And line that up with the top of this section. So we want that lined up perfectly there. And burnish that down. Okay, so that gives us that. Okay, so that's that one in place now. So I'm going to do the same thing with the bottom one. So some glue on here. Hold that in place. That nicely level with the bottom and the side. Turn that over and finish that down. The art glitter glue doesn't take that long to set. I've got a bit of glue hanging about there, so I'm going to these wipes always come out a couple at a time, especially when I'm getting to the bottom of the pack. So I'll wipe that out of there and dry that off with the tissue, because I don't want to get everything all wet with alcohol wipes, that is. Okay, so that's that one, and now we're going to do the same with this piece. Put the glue on that and fold that down and position that so that it's right in the corner. Burnish it down with my burnishing tool or my bone folder. There's different sorts of bone folders. This one's a Teflon bone folder, and I use this one because I find that it doesn't make your folds and your paper shiny. I have got an older style of one. This sort of thing. And I found that when I was using that to position things, it made the folds shiny, so I don't use that one anymore. Now this third one's going to go in the middle, and I'm just going to eyeball that. I'm going to try and find like equal amounts of gap there and there. Just going to put a bit of glue on the edge there. Now line it up with this outside edge and try and position it about halfway between. If you wanted to get precise about it, I think there it works out that there should be about a 3/8 of an inch gap between each one, but I'm not that precise. I just like to, if it looks right, it's probably right enough. So that goes down there. Let that grip for a little bit longer, and then attach this one. As I said before, you can use double-sided tape. There's absolutely no problem with that at all. But as I said, I'm having a bit of a love-hate relationship with double-sided tape at the moment. So I'm using glue. But up until now, I have always used double-sided tape on my cards. Okay, so there we go. So that is our card. And that closes flat like that. Now this panel is going to go on the front here like this. So I'm going to add some glue. It's a bit tricky to know where to add glue here because of those slits there, of course, and we do know that the top and the bottom are actually, so I'm just going to centre that. I might see I've got it a bit lower than higher, so I'm happy with that, but I'm centering it side to side, and then I'm going to burnish that down. Help it to stick a little. Okay. Right, so there's our card. It stands up on its own. Now we're going to embellish the front a little. To write on this card, you would have to write on the back. There's not a lot of room left there. I mean, you could write on these panels if you wanted to. That would work. Okay, so I'm going to go and have a look what I've got. I've got a whole heap of fussy cuts that I could use to decorate this, so I'm going to go and dig out a few things and I'll be back. Now for my embellishment on my card front, I'm going to use, it's going to be a Christmas card, so I'm going to use this Christmas tree, these tags, and some presents on it. Now Denise has these packs, and they're just called topper packs, and you have an assortment of sheets in them. Now I've mixed all of mine up, so I can't tell you which sheets come in which pack, but I'll just show them to you. They're on like a fairly solid sort of a cardstock, and you can fussy cut them out. So there's that style, which is the same as that one. There's this one, which is a very Christmassy one. So you've got that little garland, you've got the deer and the presents, and then you've got your row of presents along the bottom. And that's the same. Then we've got the utes, the Christmas utes. So they've got the poinsettias and the florals, and then we've got a nice tag there and the Christmas baubles here and a bow. But if you pop over to her website, you'll probably be able to see better which ones are included, which packs. So there's more ute ones with some leaves and some tags. And then there's this one here. And obviously I haven't got a full sheet of the one with the Christmas trees in it. I must have, because I just got busy one day and did a whole heap of fussy cutting so that I've got them ready to use when I want them. So this one's got the lanterns and the bird. Oh, that's got two for tags. This is another one, bigger lantern, bird with an extra wing for dimension. It's a cute little thing here. You can see here these can be stuck on top of those or those to make some dimensional. Oh, there's the Christmas tree one, and it also comes with this one here as well. So yeah, there's a whole heap of them over there on her website. So if you're looking for some ideas of things to just cut out and pop on your cards, these are ideal. I think she's also got a lot more patterns out now. I'm not sure, but might be worth popping over and having a look. I'll just pop them over there for now because we don't want to be spending our time doing that. Now, I'm going to put the tag up here, and it's going to poke out. So I wanted to make sure that what you see from the back is okay, the same as the front. So I'm going to attach these two together. You can see I've cut the rope or the cord off of this one, and I will also cut the cord off of the one that I'm attaching it to, because I'm going to put an eyelet and some ribbon or lace or something in that. So these are not symmetric, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue them together and then cut around it to try and make them the same. It's pretty good. So now I'm going to ink around the edge of that. Okay. Right, so I have inked around the edge of this, and I'm going to pop that down there, and this is going to go in behind that, about there. So I need my crocodile. I'm going to put a brad in here. Now, have I got a gold one? I would like a gold one. It looks like I've got one gold one there, so put that in there. And then there we go. Now, I need to get some gold ribbon, so I'll just have a look for some gold ribbon and I'll be right back. Okay, so what about this one? This one looks pretty good, doesn't it? Yep. Let's cut that off. And I'm going to put, say about that, a bit longer to fit through that. So I'm going to fold that over and poke it through the brad. and then feed those two through the loop. And there we have our tag. I will trim them down shortly. I'm thinking that I'm going to put the sentiment on there, the Merry Christmas. So I need to collect up a sentiment. Okay, so the only Christmas ones I could find at the moment are these, because all of my other Christmas ones are packed away because I haven't got my Christmas gear out yet. So I'm going to use this one, Have a Wonderful Christmas. And I am not really the best at cutting straight with scissors. So what I'm going to do is stagger this. So I have a wonderful Christmas, so like that. So I need to stick them on. First of all, I'll ink around them. So wonderful. So these are from Uniquely Creative, one of their Christmas collections, probably from last year. Okay, that is going to go about there. And then this one can be stuck down now. Because it's got lots of fiddly bits that poke out, I'm trying to make sure I get glue out to the end of those so that I know they're going to stick and not going to get caught on everything and end up being torn off. Slide that down a little. Okay. Now I've got this same layer here, but I'm going to put a little bit of foam tape behind that. Okay, so before I do that though, I'm going to attach this one just down here. Now, this one, this red backing is very sticky. Oh well, it's got like static electricity in it and it clings to you. Okay, so I'm going to add just a little dab of glue to this. There's probably really no need to, because this red tape, foam tape, is very, very sticky. Now I'm going to attach that over that, just for some dimension. Okay. So, there we have it. There's our pretty Christmas card. I'll trim these off a little. It's better. And it stands up nicely on its own. It folds down flat to fit into an envelope. So yeah, very happy with that. So there's my first Christmas card for the year. Hadn't planned on it, but there we go. Very Christmassy. I do like to have some different colours for my Christmas cards, not just the traditional red and green, so this fits in nicely. Alright, so that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed watching my video. If you're not already a subscriber, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. And if you give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment, that all helps too. So thank you for being here, and I hope you can join me for my next video. Remember, that won't be until the middle of October. Okay, bye.